Welcome to World of Concrete 360's Industry Influencer video series. I'm Bill Palmer. I'm the editor of World of Concrete 360. With us today we have Mike Gallant, who is Program Manager for PolHub and is involved with the National E-Ticketing Task Force.
Correct, yes.
So tell us, what is e-ticketing?
So e-ticketing at its base level, everyone here currently doing a construction project understands the pain of that paper ticket, having to hand it off to the inspector or what. What we are doing is taking that information that resides on that ticket right now and moving it into a digital environment. So that way, in real time, the entire supply chain will have direct access to know where their materials are at. More importantly, improve safety on the job site and improve efficiencies and be able to have access to real-time data.
Okay. How does it improve safety?
Well, again, it's about that paper handoff, right? So on the horizontal construction side, you have trucks, you have traffic going by. Eliminating that paper handoff is going to be a huge reduction in overall operational efficiency on the job site.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I've seen concrete tickets blow away in the wind before. So, but what kind of projects can benefit most from this? Does it have to be big projects?
All projects will benefit from this. Doesn't matter. You're again eliminating that hand-to-hand connection. You're doing it in a digital environment on your phone, so that way you don't have to worry about risking the safety of anyone on the job site. But again, it's about establishing a behavior too, right? Construction's been doing paper ticketing for 60 years. So you got to do a little bit of walking before we can, or doing a little bit of crawling before you can walk to be able to move this to it.
Okay. So for the this e-ticketing task force, how has Federal Highway Administration been involved?
So the Federal Highway Administration has a program called the Everyday Counts Initiative. And that is debuted in 2011 by Greg Nadeau, who is the former Federal Highway Administrator under President Obama. Proudly, he is the senior advisor to the National Construction Materials E-Ticketing Task Force. So getting back to Everyday Counts, they, every 2 years, announce different initiatives that are proven but underutilized in the public construction sector. So in this most recent round, EDC 6, they did e-ticketing and digital as-builds. E-ticketing is the most widely adopted initiative ever. 43 state departments of transportation have raised their hand and said, in some shape or form, we're going to take on e-ticketing.
Okay, so you're focusing on DOT projects at this point.
Yes. What? So departments of transportation, it's a matter of, again, establishing that behavior. You have this patchwork of ready-mix, asphalt, aggregate producers that in some varying degrees have different technology standards. You have the big guys that have their own e-ticketing solution. You have the smaller moms and pops that don't have anything at all. It's about getting them all connected and feeding that information to the Department of Transportation. So that way, again, you can establish that behavior and that paradigm shift of moving from paper to a digital environment.
Okay. So is this system compatible with different types of project management software?
Yes. So on the public side, state departments of transportation utilize a different network of software. So you have Oracle, you have Esri, and then of course you have the larger one being Ashtoware Project Manager. And e-ticketing software, regardless of the vendor, would feed into that. On the private side, you have ERPs like Viewpoint, same thing on that as well.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting point. So this is being focused on, obviously, transportation projects at this point, but it seems like it could easily go over to the private side, right? Exactly,
right? You're unlocking that data. Right now you have boxes and warehouses and back offices across the country where that material ticket is just sitting there for 7-10 years on the project side. By putting that into a digital environment, you're going to be able to be making intelligent decisions on the job site, and then over the long term being able to read that information and make better business operational decisions.
Okay. So when the guy gets out to the truck gets out to the job site and is either delivering concrete or asphalt, as the case may be.
Yep.
What happens if there's no internet service out there and they're not able to connect, or maybe even no cellular service?
Very important question. It's a question that we are asked a lot on PolHub side and on the task force. That how do you get connectivity to be able to feed that information? So Federal Highway on the public side has what is called State Transportation Innovation Council grants, where you can get satellite service on a remote job site in West Virginia or Arizona or Vermont, And those are just kind of scratching the surface of areas across the country that don't have direct cell phone service. But there are technology vendors that have created what is called offline mode, where you'd be able to, from the inspector, record the ticket data. It stays native on the device, like it would on Google Docs if you're on a plane. And then once you're back in a Wi-Fi service or a cell phone live zone, boom, it goes right to the cloud.
Okay. So it seems like this isn't really interesting in terms of materials going onto a job site. It doesn't seem to me that it would even have to be focused eventually just on bulk materials. I think this could easily transfer over to almost any kind of equipment or materials, couldn't it?
Exactly. The big three, of course, being aggregates, ready mix, and asphalt. Once you have that operational standard and behavior established, it only makes logistical sense to move to precast or to salt or to guardrails,
Right.
or any of those other smaller steel, for example, is another good one. But again, it's a matter of getting that information and behavior set to build the e-construction house. E-ticketing is the foundation for all that.
That makes a lot of sense. So, one thing that would concern me as a contractor is security of the data. How do you guarantee security, your data security?
So, Federal Highway has required that there be audit trails. So, the moment that material is dropped into the back of the truck to the job site, you have kind of a digital handoff, and then it's trackable and viewable to the entire supply chain. Departments of Transportation, procurement offices, they have required robust security mechanisms to make sure that this information can't be hacked or have ransomware or anything like that.
Okay. What companies are involved with these e-ticketing tax laws?
So obviously Haul Hub, we're a proud member. Digital Fleet, who's here today, they're also a member. Obviously they're more on the ready mix side, and Earthwave Fleet Watcher is on the asphalt side. They're also participating as well. Then BCMI, which is another ready mix technology solution provider, they're also on board.
Okay. So a contractor, how would they is there any involvement from contractors? Is that something that they should be thinking about?
For sure. I mean, again, you want to be able to unlock that data and be able to have better real-time decision making. So getting their buy-in is hugely important. We've been doing a lot of communication from the task force to nationwide AGCs and obviously on the regional level as well, and just again educating them on the benefits of e-ticketing, because right now is the common misconception that it only benefits the Department of Transportation or the project owner. They get the benefit too. Again, you don't have to worry about that paper handoff, secures that driver, and of course they have the benefit of not having to worry about carrying that paper ticket with them, which is, to your point earlier, blows away, gets asphalt or tack on it, right? It's a big pain point.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Mike, for being with us today.
Bill, pleasure. Thank you.